Now at the table is Gary Wilson, a commentator with the Great Lakes Echo. And Gary, we're rounding through day one of Great Lakes Week. We've done a lot of talking about Ohio, Lake Erie, and let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the Great Lakes Basin and what are some of the things that are going on that we need to know about in other areas.
Yes, that's good, Christy. There is a lot going on elsewhere.
What, you mean the world is not revolving just
I
around
know,
Cleveland?
Ohio. I mean, you've got Lake Superior. Nobody said a word about Lake Superior yet. Well, there is a lot going on in the other states, and unfortunately, some of it is not very good. I still see, being based in Chicago, I pay quite a bit of attention to what's going on in Wisconsin, and there's been a long, slow process there to gradually, get away from certain regulations. They're still making it easier to fill in wetlands, and that's an ongoing problem. So at the federal level, you've got a program to restore wetlands, but in Wisconsin, they've got a program that's making it easier to drain wetlands, and that's we're working against ourselves.
Yeah, and that's what I think that the conversation of the disconnect sometimes when you have so many agencies are doing competing things, it gets back to that age-old question of who's in charge and who's going to have the final word on that. What else you have?
Skipping over Illinois because we're perfect, right?
Right, of course. Yeah, everyone in Chicago is perfect, right?
Got a little cart problem there, but beyond that.
Yeah.
Going to Michigan, there's a little known issue that it wasn't little known in Michigan, but they, outside the region, I don't think it got much play, and that's the sand dune bill. Michigan just revised its sand dune bill to make it easier to construct on valuable sand dunes. That was a real disappointment. As I watch Governor Snyder, he's kind of an environmental enigma. He'll do something really great, and then he'll do something like this. So that's a setback. That's not going to go good on his environmental scorecard. And then coming back to Ohio, I heard some good news about what's going on today. But they passed a horrible water conservation bill earlier this year. The governor vetoed it. We talked about that a little bit this morning.
Yeah.
So they replaced it with a bad bill, and it's really against definitely the spirit, if not the letter, of the Great Lakes Compact. So Ohio, we've all got a lot of work to do.
Okay, 10 seconds left. What should people look for tomorrow as we're watching?
Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement. This is a big deal, and it needs a lot of scrutiny.
All right, well, we're going to be watching. We'll be back here tomorrow for